What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Yugioh Saikyo Battle Royale video. Today, guys, we are going to be going over some pretty big news in regards to this game, as we got new screenshots for the game, and not just one or two screenshots like we kind of did with the last time we got news on this, but we're going over 25 screenshots that we got for this game, as well as the roster of characters that you can play as in this game. This is actually some pretty big updates to this game. Now, I know that this was released a couple of weeks ago. I do apologize for being late to the party on this, but didn't find out about this until literally last week, and I had no other time because I had other videos that I wanted to do, and I just had to find a place to slot this in where I can actually have some time, and luckily enough, this was the time that I had, so hope you guys still enjoy this late news, and I'll make sure to be better at covering this stuff when it comes out, but hey, you know what? It's better late than never, right? So, without further ado, let's not waste any more time, and let's get right into it. So I think it's actually appropriate to start with the characters first, then get into the screenshots. So that's how we're going to do this. The first character we're going to obviously have to go over first is the avatar character, the character that you are going to be starting off with probably in this Yugioh Saikyo Battle Royale game. Now, we actually, when we first got introduced to this character, we had no idea anything about this character. We didn't even really have a design in this. The only thing that we kind of saw from this character was that he kind of had like a flame on his shirt. But other than that, he was just a character that you didn't know. It was the only character that we did not know a design of, which, to be fair, the only other characters that we got were the Sevens cast, and we already know what they look like, so yeah, that kind of makes sense on that. But with this announcement, with these new screenshots, we also finally got a full design for this character, which is very exciting, so let's show it off, shall we? And here it is. This is going to be the design for the avatar character of Saikyo Battle Royale, and this is actually the only reason why I knew that this was announced, because I saw this blow up on Twitter, the design for this character, and I will say this, from what I've seen, a lot of people have a different opinions on this. Some people love the design of this, some people really don't like the design of this. Definitely has the 7 style, which is expected to be because of the 7's cast, and that's what this whole game is based around. We see the fire on his shirt, which is what we saw before. Wasn't expecting the hair, to be honest, maybe just the front part of the hair. The back hair, to be fair, is the only thing we really saw. We didn't really see anything in terms of the front of the hair. Personally, I don't mind the design of it. I really do not mind the design of this character. In fact, actually, with all of the characters that got announced, they do have bios, which this one is going to be really the main focus. Obviously, we know the other characters that we'll be going over. I'm just going to be focusing on more of this character. So let's read its bio, shall we? Alright, so here is the bio for the avatar character. Your avatar, who transferred to Goha 7th Elementary, knows how to rush duel, but isn't really good enough to be called strong. Has a mysterious power called Spirit that binds people together through rush duels, but isn't aware of it themselves. In order to rush duel, a lot of people entered the Goha Rush Duel Battle Royale. So this is going to be another tournament game like Saikyo Card Battle, which I'm not surprised one bit. I will say this. His ability of Spirit is the most protagonist thing I think I've ever heard in my entire life. That is just pure protagonist. Maybe that's just my opinion, but that's just pure protagonist right now. They're just being able to gain friendship by just dueling. I just feel like that's just a classic Yu-Gi-Oh thing. But not surprised at the bio. I mean, it makes sense. He transfers to Goha 7th Elementary, and this is where he meets the crew and everything like that. So, pretty interesting bio there. But that's going to really be it for this character. Let me know what you guys think of the design of this character. I feel like that would be a main talk point with this character's design, or this character in general is his design, because I don't think there's really much to the bio. And as an added bonus, let me know, do you like this Saikyo avatar more than the original one for Saikyo Card Battle, or do you like the Saikyo Card Battle avatar more than this one? Me personally, I think I'm gonna pick the Saikyo Card Battle. That looks more Yu-Gi-Oh to me, so I might have a personal bias because I love the design of Yu-Gi-Oh, like the older shows, and that one has that design of it. Not saying that this one is a bad design at all. I think both designs are really good. I honestly like both of the designs, but me personally, I would have to go with that one, but this one's not that far away. I really do like the design of this character, but let's go quickly over the other characters, which are probably not going to be surprising characters. You got Yuga, you got Luke, you got Gakuto, you got Roman, you got Roa, you got Neil. Kaizo, actually that was a surprise that he would be a playable character, which to be fair, I guess he technically dueled in this series. He dueled in episode 13 of the show off screen to 3 drones, and that's when he ended up getting his data stolen by Neil, so that's pretty interesting. And then there's a question mark box, but that's the whole roster of characters. Small, they got the more important characters into it, like Yuga in the main crew, Roa being the rival, Neil being the first villain of the show, and then you have Kaizo, which is also a group member. Though, here is what's very interesting about this. One character in particular that I'm actually very surprised is not in this is Asana. Why is Asana not a part of this cast is very interesting. Now, there's other characters too, like Metsuboro and Bakuro and Kan, those characters, but out of all the characters that I thought was going to be in this, I felt like if Neil is going to be in this, I felt like Asana was going to be in this, especially since from the news that we got in this as well, we know what sets are going to be in this as well. Obviously, you're going to have sets from the actual Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel game in this game, and we actually have the set where Asana's cards are introduced going to be in this game. I think the only ones is Dynamic Eternal Live, and the newer one, we actually got a news on a newer one, which I will be doing a new Legends support video on that because we got some very exciting cards that I'm very excited to talk about. But getting back on topic, the fact that her set is going to be in this and we're not getting her as a character is pretty interesting. I'm pretty surprised about that, especially since we got Kaizo of all characters being playable, but not Asana. Now, there's 3 things that I have an idea that we'll do. Either A, they'll add her later on before the release of this game. Maybe that question mark is going to be her, although I think that might be just a secret character that you can unlock, which maybe she is the secret character. Who really knows? The second one that I think could happen, which is a route that I really do hope that they don't go, is that she's DLC for this game, and you're going to have to pay extra money to be able to play as Asana, which I would really, really hate if they did that, but maybe they do it because they would get a little bit more, I guess, more attention to that, because I feel like Asana is a very popular character, so I feel like that would encourage people to buy the DLC of that, maybe instead of like a Metsuboro or something like that. I don't know, that's honestly my opinion on it, but very surprised that she's not in the main roster of this. I really have no idea. Or another thing they can do is like how Duel Links kind of has characters and it's a secret character, while these characters are like you again in the main story or something like that. But like as a side mission or as like a secret side mission, maybe you can unlock Asana that way. Who really knows? Maybe let me know what you guys think is going to happen with a character like Asana or Metsuboro or those characters. Let me know how you think they're going to be incorporated into the game. Are they just going to be added in later or like in an announcement with this roster? Do you think they're going to be DLC, or do you think they're going to be secret characters like Duel Links? Very interested to know you guys' thoughts on that, but that's going to be it for the characters, guys. Now let's actually get into the screenshots for this game. Alright, it's time to talk about the screenshots for this. So, there's actually going to be a couple of sections to this. We're going to first do the duel user interface, which is going to be basically how you're going to be dueling, what the duel feel is going to look like when you're dueling. The overworld, which is actually pretty exciting. Story dialogue, which we got one image of that. And then monster animations is what we're going to be going over as well. So, let's start with the user or the dual user interface. So like the first shot that we got was looks like Yuga versus Ron's. For some reason, I could not remember the name. Excuse me. We got a duel between those, which is actually kind of funny because these two I've never actually dueled in the anime before, but they actually have a versus screen with them, which I think the versus screen actually looks pretty cool. And then we actually get into like the duel field, and I will say this right now. Immediately when I look at this, it looks exactly like something that would come out of Duel Links. Like, and I will say this, that is a good thing, because there's two ways that this could have happened. They could have done more of a Duel Links kind of style, or have what Legacy the Duelist had, which I'm going to say this, and I'm not hating on the game, I still enjoyed the game. It was lacking on its duel field. I was really not happy with its duel field. I think Duel Links is easily the superior one between that one, and I'm glad that they decided to actually incorporate that style to this one. And I actually think it's pretty cool that the life points gauge on these characters right beside them on the left side for the top and then the right side for the bottom actually, I believe, is the life point gauge in the anime. I believe that's what the life point gauge actually looks like in the anime, so I think that's pretty cool. They even have like a Sevens logo right beside it, which does make sense because of, you know, the whole theme is like sevens from the Yugioh 7's anime and their dual disc being sevens. And I will say though, the dual field looks really interesting. I really do like it. Obviously, you see a couple of shots like you have Yugioh versus Ron's. You even have a Yugioh versus Roman, which continuity be dang. Because Roman, in one of the screenshots, is using Dragears for some reason. I don't know why in the world she's actually using Dragears. We do see, in which, to be fair, Yugioh's using one of the chair monsters that Sebastian actually plays. And we actually kind of see like a cool animation with it, like a fire attack with it, which actually looks pretty cool. And we also have like, I don't know what the words say on it. I think that's like a draw phase or something like that. We see some more damaging, and we even just see a little bit more of the field. We even got, well actually no, I just looked at the draw phase now. I think the other one is like a tribute summon. And then we have the one where you draw 5 your initial cards until your hand becomes 5. And then also we got like a duel log, which I'm very glad that they have, because I feel like I'm going to use that a lot, like looking through the duel and just seeing with everything, though I don't know how much of that is going to be useful because of the fact that I would normally use that to look at graveyard effects just to make sure I'm prepared for that, but normally this game has not really been graveyard heavy, so I'm not really expecting that. You have like an animation of Yugioh summoning like a boss monster or something like that, which is pretty cool. Looks very, very Duel Links like, and it actually is him summoning Seven's Road Magician, or at least that's the image right after that. And you even have one of his other monsters, which is another tribute summon monster. And we actually get like a log kind of thing as well, where you can actually like read the effects of the cards. Though it's very weird about it is that they have an extra attack and defense point thing on the bottom. I don't know what that's supposed to be about, but they end up having that. I don't know the reason why. In fact, they even do that for the spell and trap cards, which they don't have attack and defense points. Why in the world is that a thing? Maybe it's to like gauge the monster's attack and defense that you're targeting. I honestly have really no idea. If anyone has any idea what in the world that's supposed to be, let me know. But that's just something that was very interesting. You see in one of like Seven's Road Magician. I think that's like the new Axe Raider. I believe that's what that was. And I don't honestly know the spell and trap cards for it, but it's just like examples of what it's going to look like when you're looking through these cards, which honestly I think it looks pretty cool. I really do like the way they're taking with this dual interface. I think it looks really, really sick in my opinion. Looks very Duel Links like, which is very good because I think Duel Links did theirs pretty well. But now let's go and look at the overworld for this game. And what to say of the overworld on this. Now we only got 2 shots of it, and I will be honest, I'm not trying to be a critic. I don't really like the way it looks. It looks really, really weird. Now, I will counteract by saying this. Although I think it looks weird right now, they have plenty of time to fix this. I think this is just from a beta of it, and which, by the way, for the dual interface, the fact that that's just beta and there's a potential that it can look even better actually really excites me, and this can easily get fixed. This is just the beta of what everything is going to look like. You actually see Yuga, Gakuto, and Rook at the, like, I don't know, like the pillar looking thing from like the first episode, which is pretty cool. And then you even have the one where they're actually in the area that they normally like stay at by the seven. Well, actually, it's at the seven elementary school. It's just like on the top of the roof. That's where you see them at like the ending or something like that, or just them hanging out. You know, you got the yellow table and all that stuff. I do wonder if you're just going to be able to walk around the world. Also, I wonder if this is going to be like first person, or is this going to be like a third person like Saikyo Card Battle was, as that game was third person. So that's very interesting. From the screenshots, it does look like that, but who really knows? But then you also have the story dialogue as well, which we only got one screenshot of that. It's Yuga talking to Gakuto and Roman, assumingly. He's kind of humming at something, probably like working on an event, one of his inventions. I really do hope that this game actually has voice acting in it. I really, really do hope they have it. That's another thing that Duel Links has done, is that they actually have people talking. Well, not for the story log, more for when it's dueling. Legacy of the Duelist didn't do it at all, so I hope that they just add a little extra to that. I would love if they did that, not just like, maybe just like a or something like that. I would not like if they did something like that, but actually have the characters talking to each other, and you actually hear the dialogue as they're speaking, and give these characters some like actual motion to it, instead of making us, the players, actually have to interpretate it. I would really like if they did that. That might be a little bit advanced, but who really knows? And maybe not all the time. I know some games, like a game that I played, Fire Emblem Three Houses, did all voice acting to it. Probably they won't do it for this game in particular, but I would like a couple of the story dialogue things, especially quite a bit in the main story where they do this. Maybe like side missions and stuff like that, maybe they don't have to do that, but like throughout the main story, I want to see them actually interact. I want to hear the voice acting in it. That's one of my big hopes for this, but we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens on that. But that's just my whole opinion on that, and let me know if you guys agree with me on that. Do you think they should have voice acting with this storyboard telling, or do you think it's fine if it's just you reading it out and you try to interpret it yourself? Really would be interested in your guys' thoughts on that. And finally, we got the animations for the Yugioh Saikyo Battle game. And I will say this, just like what I was talking with the Duel user interface, this looks like Duel Links material animation. Very, very glad that they took this route. Again, I don't want to hate on Legacy of the Duelist, but for what they gave us in Legacy of the Duelist for summoning animations, all I have to say is, what in the world was that? What in the hell was that? The ones that we got in Legacy of the Duelist were garbage. They were lazily done. They were bad. I don't know what in the world they were thinking that that was a good way to take that, but there was no excuse for that. I understand that was from the original one, but I don't even think the original one should have done that. I felt like that was just very lazy on their part to do something like that. This is what I wanted to see, the summoning animations for these monsters, and that's what we got. Now, we only got 4. We got Seven's Road Magician and Rush Dragon Dragears, which makes sense. They're probably the most, I feel like, in my opinion, the most well-known ones. I mean, you actually got the structure decks, which are also going to be in this as well. You're going to get the structure decks and the packs from the first one all the way to the set with Asanas. So, again, the only ones you're not going to get is Dynamic Eternal Live in the new one. But they're the most iconic ones. I'm not surprised that they're going to have summoning animations that are shown off to us. But for the ones that we got, really like them. Also, they kind of look like they're being summoned in the anime as well. Like, they're the actual summoning animations from the anime. So that's actually pretty cool with those ones. But, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Oh boy, there was a lot to talk about in this video. Let me know all your guys' thoughts on the screenshots and the playable characters. And let me know how you guys are excited for this. Let me know what your guys' thoughts on the avatar character, which, as an added bonus, I know I said, like, let me know what you guys think between the original one and this one for the Saikyo avatars. let me know what ace monster do you think you're gonna get with your avatar character, because I feel like when you're gonna unlock a character, you're gonna have to have an ace monster. So since avatar is going to be your new character, that's gonna be the only new character I feel like going to be in this game. What do you think his ace is going to be? In my opinion, and I think I've said this before, I think it's going to be Saikyo Battle Flag Ace Breaker, the promo card, one of the three promo cards that we're getting for the physical copy of this game. I feel like it just makes sense. I mean, we have never seen that card used in the anime before. It's a promo for this game. It just makes sense. But obviously, that's my opinion. I don't think he's going to use Seven's Road Magician or any of the other ace monsters, because you kind of have to give it to the other characters you unlock, like Yuga and Luke. So that's my choice for his ace monster. If you guys have a different ace monster that he should use, let me know. And let me know what you just think of the screenshots, the dual interface, the overworld, the story dialogue, the animations, all of that, and the characters that we have unlocked right now. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, guys, take care and have yourselves a great rest of your day.